Welcome back to the hilarious gossip. Today, we're looking at the ongoing public conversation surrounding Jordan Peterson, a figure who has remained both influential and controversial for years, and whose current trajectory has left many observers feeling a mix of concern, curiosity, and debate about where things are headed next. Jordan Peterson first rose to global prominence as a psychologist and professor who challenged modern cultural and political ideas, especially around free speech, responsibility, and ideology. Over time, his lectures, interviews, and books built him a massive following, but also placed him at the center of intense criticism and public scrutiny. What makes his situation feel hard to watch for some people is not a single moment or event, but rather the accumulation of stress, backlash, and personal struggles that have followed him across the past several years. He has been open in the past about serious health challenges, including a difficult period involving dependence on prescribed medication and extended medical treatment, which led to a long recovery process and a noticeable shift in his public presence. Since then, many fans and critics alike have observed changes in his tone, emotional intensity, and the way he engages in debates, interviews, and online discussions. Some supporters argue that he is simply more outspoken and unfiltered than ever, continuing to defend his beliefs with conviction in an increasingly polarized world. Others, however, feel that the constant cycle of controversy, media confrontation, and online criticism has taken a visible toll, making his public appearances feel heavier and more emotionally charged than they once were. Adding to this perception is the broader environment he operates in, where every statement he makes can quickly become a viral debate, dissected across social media platforms and news outlets. This level of attention creates an exhausting feedback loop that few public intellectuals experience at such intensity. At the same time, Peterson continues to maintain a strong audience, publish content, and participate in interviews, which shows that despite the challenges and criticism, he remains active and committed to his work. Still, for some viewers, watching someone who once presented himself with strict analytical clarity now navigate a much more emotionally charged public role can feel uncomfortable or concerning. It raises larger questions about the pressure placed on public figures, the cost of constant visibility, and how intellectuals adapt when they become cultural lightning rods. Whether one agrees or disagrees with his ideas, it is difficult to ignore how sustained public conflict and personal health struggles can reshape a person's presence over time. And that is why discussions about Jordan Peterson today often go beyond his actual arguments, focusing instead on his well-being, his tone, and the human side of someone living under constant scrutiny in the modern media landscape.